This is 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. So, this is similar to the Scalebound review in the sense that it's a little bit, not review, but my thoughts on the Scalebound cancellation. But this is going to be a little bit late as well. I'm going to be talking about the new Nintendo console, the Nintendo Switch, and why I think Nintendo has to be actually really concerned about their new console, even though it's not going to be released yet. So, if you haven't already heard, Nintendo has already unveiled, actually they unveiled their console like 3 or 4 months ago, but they really haven't like had a press event about the Nintendo Switch where, and it happened I think in NYC, where people actually could, get their hands on the actual console. A lot of very positive feedback, I think, with the Switch. A lot of people are very excited for it, specifically with the games. The new Super Mario looks very good. I don't know what it's going to be called. I think I don't know what it's going to be called. And the new Zelda game, Breath of Wild, I think that's what it's called. That looks very fantastic. That really, I think, looks like one of the best Zelda games in a long time. And I think that that's really going to be a system seller, really in the first couple of weeks of the Switch's lifespan. And I thought that it's a great idea that Nintendo has combined one of the most important aspects of their company, and that is the handheld-esque aspect of their company. Like, they've been running with the DS for years upon years upon years. And unlike the Vita, the DS actually has games that people want to play. So people have bought the DS more than they have bought the Vita, even though the Vita is an overall better handheld console. And I think that that's a very intelligent decision, because if the Switch has games, then the greatness of the Vita, or excuse me, the greatness of the 3DS when it comes to games will also be transferable onto the Switch. Now, the battery life is definitely going to be a problem, but I do think that they can manage that problem later on down the 3DS's lifespan, especially because the DS is just killing the PlayStation Vita. There's just no other way to define it. But I love the year one lineup, but this is like the same story. This is the exact same story with the Wii, and more specifically the Wii U. They always have these games that include Nintendo-esque characters for like the first couple of years, and it's pretty much like a sprinter trying to go up against a marathon runner in a marathon. Like, it's not about how fast you start, but how you finish. And Nintendo always comes out with these lineups. Like, for example, the new Zelda game, the new Mario game, like this, and they're gonna obviously release Mario Kart and a new Super Smash Bros. Like, this is something that's not new, but very, very predictable from Nintendo. And like Microsoft and and their problems with Scalebound and that game's cancellation, Nintendo has a significant problem with starting new IPs, because they have some of the greatest IPs. They have some of the greatest franchises, in video game history. And they don't really want to try and branch out. And obviously there's Splatoon there, but really nobody cares about Splatoon as much as they care about, Zelda, and they care about Mario, and they care about Pikachu, right? Nobody cares about Splatoon as much as they do those other characters. So it'll be overshadowed by those other games. And my point is that Nintendo, to exceed the Nintendo Switch's, very short lifespan, and I will predict that it will have a very short lifespan, is that they need to actually come up with new ideas. They can't keep doing the same stuff for 30 years, even though the new Zelda game, again, looks very great. That's a huge problem when it's like the game, that like a game series that you made almost 30 years ago is like the front runner and spearheading the campaign of your new console. It's a pretty good, it's a pretty great franchise. I understand that completely. I'm not harping on Zelda, but it's like, come up with a new, fresh idea, so that way you don't have to constantly fall back on like Zelda games. You don't have to constantly, make new Zelda games. Like, everyone was excited for Star Fox, but everyone was disappointed with it. And it's like, you know, what else is the Nintendo, you know, what was it, like the Wii U going to be released next year? What is it releasing last year? Tell me. It was nothing. Nothing good was released on the Nintendo Wii U that really had me excited. And that's pretty much going to be the Switch if Nintendo doesn't recognize that they are very low when it comes to new IPs. No matter how much you try and like revitalize something, change it, it will inevitably wear its welcome out. Trust me on it. They will eventually wear out the Mario series. They will eventually wear out the Zelda series. I know it doesn't seem like that, but I mean, think of how many bad Zelda games that have been released in the span of time that it's taken the new Windbreaker, or whatever the new game is going to be called, the new Zelda game. Think of it. Just think. And I don't even need to tell you how many terrible Sonic games have been released. And you know what? Not even ever since it's been released. Let's go just 5, 6, 7 years. I don't even need to tell you how many bad Sonic games there are. I don't want that to happen to the Zelda series. I don't want that to happen to the Mario series. I hate that it happened to the Sonic series. But Nintendo really needs to look in the mirror and say to themselves, we're very low on exclusives, and every single time we release a new console, it always backfires on us as soon as like the first couple of years have worn out, because we've run out of IPs and we start, you know, looking around and we have these terrible ideas. So that's just my only warning to Nintendo. I'm sorry if I don't actually have Nintendo gameplay up right now. It is specifically because Nintendo is very well known for taking down YouTube videos that have Nintendo content on them, unless they just favor them, or unless, you know, they're just in their pocket. I am not. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. I will hopefully have a Road to Diamond video up, you know, in the next couple of days. Until that game play, and definitely I will be giving out a review on Gravity Rush 2. But until that time of Road to Diamond, Gravity Rush 2, have a fantastic day. Be cautious of Nintendo. I certainly am, even though I'm very excited for the new Zelda game. But have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.